Yo, this is Top Flight, and we are on our Ren journey. Ren. The thing is, you said the other day you were like, if we were gonna do like a hour live of just Ren. Like a couple people was like, they down to lock in with us and just jam Ren.
We might have to go live and do it. Our first live, we'll do an hour live of Ren and just tell everyone what time.
You know what I'm saying? Today we're going to jump into Money Ties by Ren. Yeah, you already know what time it is. Like, we've been enjoying this journey of Ren, seeing the different styles of music he does and everything. Like, the one thing, as I said, it shows his range, which is so dope, because then you every time you go into a new video, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, you're not set up to be like, hey, he's about to do this or he's about to do that. A lot of artists we see, they like have very similar songs, so then like they stay very trapped in one space. So then when you go to their pages and you go song for song, it goes basically like it's almost the exact same thing almost all the time. Versus him, which I can't guess what each one's going to be. So it's like, sometimes we're going to get some rap, sometimes we're going to get some singing, sometimes we're going to get some like almost like poetry, theatrics. So I like to see the
one thing I was curious about for him specifically, he doesn't do a lot of rap features that I've seen so far. And I wonder if there's not a lot of rappers out there, or if he's just like, I don't want to mess with rappers. Or it's like, I wonder if there's a lot of hate in your hometown. You know, when you like the man in your hometown, it's like you have to deal with a lot more hate. So I'm always curious about that.
Because people said he's not on a label. So I'm wondering like how he's like moving around out there. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, he gets a lot of plays. So like, we weren't nowhere near that big and we moved around different. And
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm wondering like, what is the full story of this? Because he's just walking the streets and you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like superstar kind of. Like, he is a superstar in general based off of how many views he's getting and everything like that. So it's like, how is he moving around out there, and like what's going on with like the whole story of all that? I kind of want to know that, because we weren't even famous like that, and we could just do numbers at venues, which we'd probably have like 1,000 people out and stuff like that. But we had to kind of change how we were. So I'm wondering what his situation is, you know?
I still run into people. I'm not like as active ever, and I still run into people everywhere I go. Like at least one person. It's not as crazy as it used to be. We're like, sign this or that, but it's like I run into somebody. Oh, what up? You know?
It used to be paranoia at one point because people would say like, people felt some type of way. So you knew the positive people felt some type of way and the negative, but then you knew no one knew you because they only knew you by that name. Like, no one ever said Brian or Sean. People would just say Hypnautic or Tef. And so you knew they only knew you from this range of time in your world. And it's like, you start getting paranoid because you're wondering like who's around. And I'm wondering what he deals with like out there.
Yeah.
But let's get into this Ren Money Ties.
Godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet preach profit and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bitter pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores, what a shock. When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Ren. Born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much, but mum mum and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. A little sister fell into the picture. Oh my God, we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder. Life, it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her, hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up, because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your soul, and there'll be times you feel the clock.
This is the Ren that I really like.
Yeah.
When he raps like this, this is like...
He's telling that truth, too. You know?
Yeah, and it's like one of them things, I wonder... See, this is what this takes me in my mind as an artist, because because you're rapping like that, you, of course, gain a strong fan base. He has, you know, his separation between the rich and poor have, like, a lot to do with a lot of some of his verses. Mm-hmm. How does this translate when he becomes rich, though?
Well, he could be rich, and we don't know.
That's what so that's what I'm getting to, is that due to all these numbers, is he rich now? Is he, like, where is he at now for the people who are renegades? What, like, where is he at now? We haven't gone any further. We're staying on our journey, so we don't want to go off in tangent and look on our own and everything like that. We kind of want to just see where this is leading and kind of just vibe this all the way through. Because I'm wondering if the music changes or anything like that. Because I always compare, like, a lot of people don't like this comparison, but then back in the day, that's what this was when you take, like, a Kanye and you say when his first album comes out and he talks about he wanted to be a conscious rapper, but on the other end, he was addicted to like money. Yeah, the vanity, the money. Like, he wanted all the clothes that were Versace. He wanted everything like that. And that dichotomy made his first album so crazy. And that dichotomy made him so crazy.
Yeah.
But that would be like, Ren is like before this. Like, Ren is like right now, what we're watching Ren, where we're at in his journey, he's before that. But then when the fame comes and all that ties, what happens to that artist? Because it still has to take a toll on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to take a toll on your mind. Because when everyone's paying for this and then you become the rich person, how do you react to that? And that's what I want to get to in his journey.
It's almost worse for your mind and the dopamine hits when when you have real people versus, like, on the internet. It's cool. We're about to hit, we passed 5,000 subscribers, 1 million views, and it's like, that's crazy, grateful for it. But it's different feeling than when you're in a stadium for 20,000 people. Or you're in a room where 1,000 people are trying to talk to you at once. So it's like, if he's only online, he could be making a lot of money doing that. At the same time, he might be protecting his energy by not touring. You know what I mean?
That could be a very true statement, because some artists do that. Like, you take like an Eminem, who refused to tour as much because of what happens with that.
Plus, they say he wanted to be with his daughter, and
yeah, because it separates, it messes up everything. Like, people don't understand like what it all hits, and it's like, I'm wondering like where this journey is really gonna go. Because when I hear like these lyrics, and then I'm like, okay, like, everyone's going to propel you into that space that you don't like, which we seen it, because even like with me, like, I'm very introverted, and it propelled me into an outrovert world where I was like around people were touching me. I was very against people like touching me or anything, like, in any way. Like, somebody just touched my shoulder at one point, like, I used to freak out. But then I go into this world where like you're hugging people and talking to people and being cool with people, and I never was like that. Like, I grew up totally different. And then especially like my problem with touching and like people touching me randomly was like, I was slightly like, I don't want to say OCD, but because when I was sick, back when I was little, when I had cancer, and it was like you could get sick real easy. So then you end up getting to this point where you're so scared of getting sick and it doing something that, because your immune system's so down, that you just stop totally. Like, you stop being around people. You almost become like a bubble boy almost.
Yeah.
And so when I got to the point where people wanted to be around me and stuff like that, it was kind of like more of a shock, because I had never put myself around people like that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going one journey and you're speaking about it and you're doing, and then you get catapulted into the total opposite of what you were speaking about, I always wonder how people respond to it. So I want to know like what's going on with him as he jumps into superstardom of being rich. with what he feels about rich people and how he reacts to it. So let's keep this going.
You're feeling leaking with holes, and that dark can get much darker. We all must grow old, but listen up, my little sister. Hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind. Humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me. Because this world needs love, and love it leaks from you, see. Sis, this world needs light, and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorn me, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous. Fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure. And fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall. Because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang thug, drug money plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend law, make war, make goals. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives, money both. Money is, money isn't, money's just that. Money's just a concept, people are trying. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fire. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties, money ties, ayy. Money lies, money lies, money lies, ayy.
Oh, your camera cut off. Either way, I'm gonna talk about this verse real quick that he said on here. He said money make the sick boy sicker. And that's one of those things that's like the 100% truth. Like, money make the sick boy sick. Yeah, hopefully you got back so you can hear this real quick. I was gonna talk about the verse he said money make the sick boy sicker, which is,
yeah, that hit me too. And I can see that.
Yes.
I can stand on that too. I can see it even in my life. You know?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in so many ways, actual physical health, like mental and physical health, it actually makes it worse.
Yeah.
And you don't know it until you get into it, because you're so like, everything almost becomes Tylenol. It just holds you over. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just like, it just feels good for the moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but then you feel it attack your body. You know, like we see it because I got sick even like messing around doing this stuff, like, and so it got to a point where I even got blood clots. So it's like inside this, like, you're seeing it and like you get more money and then you're wondering why you're getting sicker that way. But then even mental health, like, it's like, it's deteriorating.
It just makes everything more accessible. Oh, I'll eat this food, or I'll go get this, or I'll do this, and it destroys you.
Yeah. This is like now one of my top ones, yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely probably, up there. And I think he's talking about his sister a lot in this one, too. And I didn't even know he had a sister. So the way how she took a different path in a sense, too. Mm-hmm. So, like, subscribe, comment. This is one of my favorites. This is going on my playlist.
Yup. ASAP.